Oh, that's a good question. What Power Ranger toys actually had voices?
Well, that's the Sama with Senator Tommy, and then the time for feed from children.
Right. That's probably they tried to make a mistake with the ship because they recorded those guys to do it. Yeah. Well, now that I can tell, I know we're not just going to talk. They take the voice that it should sound good at, and they sample it so low to make it fit on the chip that they take all the sound out. So it's lucky that this may have been lucky that they use a better chip. They tried hard for Master Rider.
Question?
What? So what's your question then?
Just Dex or
Were you guys here? That's a crossover.
Dex.
Dex was the crossover. Yeah.
It was awesome.
You tell me.
Yeah, they introduced.
Yeah, he was in a couple Power Rangers episodes.
In one of the Power Ranger episodes. So yeah, it was just he and the grandfather.
He said he had a good time. Yeah, you got the same residuals the Rangers got.
Well, that's how I can afford to live like this. Yeah, I mean, Scott, you recorded it. Yeah, so they did it special. Anytime they do, you know, a toy, it's a special thing. Anytime they do a promo, it's a special deal. Anytime you do a video game, they're bringing the actors back in to do it, giving them another thing. But residuals... You're a funny guy. You're a very funny guy. I don't know that word.
Oh.
There was no anger there! Oh wait, residuals. There's no residuals there! What is residual anger?
I have no comment.
He needs a mic.
Well, at the time, the doubled, and you guys were all the show. You've been even twice.
It was nice to let the dark side out. Let's just say that.
He knew all along the dark side was within.
Well, the funny thing is that on most television shows and most characters that you'll play, if you play them over a period of time and you try to, the character matures, you think, oh well, naturally since he kept falling down that stair, he would learn to take this step down and not fall. But the director will say, don't change it, don't change it. But this show came along and suddenly you were free, you were empowered, you were told, you're going to be doing this, and it's just the opposite of everything you've done. So it is lots and lots of fun because then you can really get wigged out. You know, and then next week, we're back to the same guy who falls down those stairs. And doggone it, Dad, can't you learn how to walk?
How was it working with Fergus?
You guys know what Fergus was?
Yes.
Yeah, Fergus was our creature. You know, the worst time was when he was a giant, because they blew him off one time. But we had three Ferguses. We actually had three Ferguses on set. We had the stunt Fergus, and not to be confused with the puppet Fergus. Because the stunt Fergus, you can get a big grip and he get flung across the set. He was a doll.
Really sweet guy.
Then we had he was a sweetheart, we loved him, we took him to lunch. And then the second was the puppet, and that was run by Paul Pistori and his assistant. And he couldn't be here, he's in Singapore, I can do the show, yeah. And so that was the one where the eyes were articulated, and the mouth would work, and he would voice Fergus at that point. And he was always underneath the couch, which was very funny, because you could land on the couch really hard. squash ball. But Fergus was there. And then the last one we had was the walking Fergus, and that was Vern Troyer, who's mini-me now.
Really?
I
You don't know that.
But he grew into his role. Sorry. But yeah, so we had 3 Ferguses, and they were all fun to work with. They were all great to work with. And Vern had his own grip. Remember, he had his own grip. Hey, watch out! You know, Vern's here. So it was great. Okay.
That's what I thought. Yes. Oh my gosh! As soon as Furbies came out, and it came out about a year later. I have a lot of boys. I've got a lot of boys. I don't need a microphone. No, exactly. No, as soon as Furbies came out, we said to each other, we said, "That's Furbies. That's not whatever this Furby thing is. That's a total ripoff."
Because they even had a similar language.
They have a similar language. They have a little jewel thing in the eyebrow. It's the same exact thing.
And just as creepy. If they're way creepier as they would learn. And that was
It's
yeah.
But it wasn't exactly like working with a dog or something. Usually, you know, they say don't work with kids or dogs, you know, animals, because they'll always take focus. And Fergus was thankfully very professional. Would not take focus at all. Along with the kids.
So I'll tell you a little bit of the language for us. We were really meticulous to write out. Shuki was really serious about getting some sort of language. So we did that, and then
Then we kind of made our own words for a lot of things that you wouldn't normally be allowed to say on television, but of course no one knew, just as we do. I don't know if you guys ever knew. We had all sorts of swear words that were made up that I wish I could find. We had it all written down, had a key, and he would say blanket this, blanket that, but it actually meant something. So if somebody ever figures it out, it's like the one who figured out Klingon, I'm sure they had the same thing. So we had all sorts of wrong, politically incorrect words that were said. Don't tell anybody. Yeah.
Question and a request. Where's Congress?
where's
He's supposed to be here.
Supposed to be here.
That works.
Request. I got a request. Got your car, right?
How's the motorcycle? Don't I look like a motorcycle? See if I do a profile. Oh, there it is.
Star's not here.
She's out there.
All right. I just want to hear you say, Dex, move on, let's roll.
Where's that happen? All right.
Thanks. Move out. Let's roll. There you go. Go through your plate.
Michael Jackson plays.
We did that team up thing with the 10 writers. It was based on the original Dr. Rex. Why were the names mixed up in the American movie? Only like 1 or 2 of them have like the correct names.
Because it's America, how does it know? You're right. We messed up.
That's a good question, though.
Because we're really quick trying to finish up the thing and throw all the best shots in the front of it together now. Where's your Carl? Back.
I'm a supermodel. I've been an actor the whole time. I never stopped, and I'm still acting today.
I'm doing music, like, recording and engineering and stuff like that.
Is anybody else like this? What kind of music?
I teach, I write, and I act. I still act. And yeah.
I write and I still act too, and I'm actually back in school for it, so. Yeah.
Yeah, I went and got a real job after this. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm a fool.
You loan us some money?
No, it's all a stock portfolio. It's growing and growing and growing.
I still act. This year I actually had a pretty good year. I did an episode of The Office and the movie Thor. And I'm still, it doesn't pay my rent, but I have a great time doing it. So I have a survival job as well.
Yeah, I still do a little bit of acting, and I'm producing my first movie this year, but I took a big break from acting. I'm a professional race car driver. If any of you guys are interested, you can come by and grab one of our things. I raced for Subaru of America, with a couple of world records, and was really blessed to get an opportunity and follow another dream of mine and bring that to fruition. So, but this year I'm back into producing and acting as well. We're doing our first movie. It's called Born to Race, which is like a high school street race movie. If you guys ever, I'm gonna plug it right now. If you go to borntoracemovie.com or Facebook /Born to Race Movie, you guys can check it out. We're going to production, shooting on October 18th. So become a Facebook fan, and we'll connect you with all that stuff.
Before we pass it back down there to hear what you guys are doing now, which I'd love to learn, I'd like to tell you that what I learned the most working on this show, how hard it is. As an actor, I was on the set doing my thing and I was really concentrated on it, and then you go into what's called ADR, a looping session, where you do voiceover work to match what you did, and I could not do it. I was horrible at it. I probably made you like miserable. It's really, really difficult. And I watched a lot of episodes of Masked Rider, and these guys mastered it. But if any of you guys are acting and it's something you ever want to do, just, you have to respect the craft. There's so much to learn. Thank you.
I want to say something on that because when I did Bjorgi, that was the first guest star role I ever had. I just moved to LA. And when I did the ADR, Scott actually thought, remember Scott, you actually thought I did it before because I would actually picked it up really fast. My mother was in the music business and your audio, whatever it was, I picked it up fast. And what was it, like a few months later he called me and said, we're looking for a guy to do the voice of the Phantom Ranger. We've auditioned a lot of people, and it was literally, I'd only done that job before. I went in, and then for, 2 seasons, a little more than 2 seasons actually, based on that, doing the ADR only, I became the voice of the Phantom Ranger. So it does go, you just get out there, like Seth is saying, you get out there and you do it, you never know what can happen. Right. Oh, we have a new guest here, here we go.
Wow.
My name is Ken Ricks. I was Count Drago.
I have to coach for Ruben. Use a stunt guy then, too.